Welcome back to Treadmill Trivia. Today we're tackling the Beatles with a 5-minute add-on stack. 10 rapid-fire questions on the Fab Four to keep your brain moving while you crush your cardio. Get your pace set. Let's go. Round 1. In which English city were all 4 members of the Beatles born and raised? A. London, B. Liverpool, C. Manchester, or D. Birmingham? The answer is B, Liverpool. The band's working-class roots in this port city heavily influenced their early sound. Many of their most famous songs, like Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields Forever, were directly inspired by specific locations from their childhoods in Liverpool. Round 2. Who was the Beatles' original drummer before being replaced by Ringo Starr in 1962? A. Stuart Sutcliffe, B. Billy Preston, C. Mal Evans, or D. Pete Best? The answer is D. Pete Best. Best was the drummer during the band's formative years in Hamburg. However, when they signed their first recording contract, producer George Martin was unhappy with his timing, leading the band to make the difficult decision to bring in Ringo Starr instead. Round 3. In 1964, the Beatles made their legendary U.S. television debut on which variety show? A. The Ed Sullivan Show, B. The Tonight Show, C. American Bandstand, or D. The Milton Berle Show? The answer is A, The Ed Sullivan Show. An estimated 73 million people tuned in to watch, making it one of the most watched events in television history. It is often cited as the official start of the British invasion and changed the landscape of American pop culture forever. Round 4. Which 1967 masterpiece is often cited as the first major concept album? A. Revolver, B. Sgt. Pepper's, C. Rubber Soul, or D. The White Album? The answer is B, Sgt. Pepper's. Officially titled Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, the album saw the group adopting fictional alter egos. It was a revolutionary recording that spent 15 weeks at #1 and proved that rock albums could be considered serious works of art. Round 5. Which iconic album cover features the band members walking across a zebra-striped pedestrian crossing? A. Let It Be, B. Help, C. Yellow Submarine, or D. Abbey Road? The answer is D, Abbey Road. The photo was taken outside EMI Studios in London. It became so famous that the crossing was given Grade 2 listed status by the British government for its historical importance, and thousands of fans still visit the spot every year to recreate the walk. Round 6. Who was the band's original bassist who left the group during their residency in Hamburg? A. Klaus Voormann, B. Brian Epstein, C. Stuart Sutcliffe, or D. George Martin? The answer is C. Stuart Sutcliffe. Often called the fifth Beatle, Sutcliffe was a talented painter who eventually left the band to stay in Germany with his fiancée. After his departure, Paul McCartney reluctantly took over the bass guitar, a role he would hold for the rest of the band's career. Round 7. Which Beatles hit holds the world record for being the most covered song of all time? A. Yesterday, B. Hey Jude, C. Let It Be, or D. Something? The answer is A, Yesterday. Written primarily by Paul McCartney, the track was unique because it featured only Paul and a string quartet, with no other Beatles playing on the recording. Since 1965, it has been recorded by over 2,200 different artists across almost every musical genre. Round 8. In January 1969, the Beatles gave their final live performance together. Name the location. A, Shea Stadium, B, Candlestick Park, C, Madison Square Garden, or D, Apple Corb's rooftop. The answer is D, Apple Core Rooftop. The unannounced 42-minute set at their London headquarters stopped traffic and drew crowds into the streets until the police eventually arrived to shut it down. It would be the last time the world ever saw the Fab Four perform live as a group. Round 9. Which member of the band was famously nicknamed the Quiet Beatle? A, John Lennon, B, Paul McCartney, C, George Harrison, or D, Ringo Starr? The answer is C, George Harrison. While the media focused on Lennon and McCartney's leadership, Harrison was the master guitarist who introduced Indian classical music and the sitar to Western pop. He eventually emerged as a major songwriter, penning hits like Here Comes the Sun and While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Round 10. What was the title of the Beatles' first feature film released in 1964? A, A Hard Day's Night, B, Magical Mystery Tour, C, Help, or D, Yellow Submarine? The answer is A, A Hard Day's Night. The film was a mockumentary-style look at a day in the life of the band at the height of Beatlemania. It was a massive critical and commercial success, proving that the band's charisma translated perfectly to the big screen and setting the blueprint for the modern music video. Workout complete. You just crushed 5 minutes with the Fab Four. How many of those Beatles legends did you get right? Drop your score in the comments and let me know your favorite track. Make sure to hit subscribe and check out the full playlist for your next treadmill challenge. Great job today. I'll see you at the next mile.